What's going up in here? We got the CRX going on. Didn't walk you through a whole lot on this turbo setup, but I'm gonna just kind of tell you how you guys do a little bit. Of course, you gotta mount your manifold, then you mount your wastegate. Now, down tube does not come with the turbo kits, which I made this down tube. I don't know if you can tell. I welded to the O-ring that comes with the wastegate, and I have it where it's pointing down. I can probably add an extra length, but it's pointing away from that and that, so it's straight down. And he's running a PLM manifold, but it's running a 1320 downpipe, which 1320 downpipe, it's hitting the wastegate right there. See that? Because 1320 manifold has got this tube for the wastegate way lower, so the downpipe can run through here. So that being said, I had to modify his downpipe. I had to cut it in a few different places to make it fit. This downpipe was not like that, as you can tell. I had to modify different areas. So did that. So now it clears. Then I have to modify the bottom piece. This one that goes down here, it goes down. I had to cut it and angle it, and then cut it and angle different sides. So actually, because on the CRX it's a lot lower than that. What we're doing right now, we're working on the oil pan for the drain. Now, most turbo comes with the fittings, so as you can see, we put the top feed, which is a dash 4, and we did a dash 10. Use a Honda bond if you can, for the most part. And then you gotta, when you do this, you wanna make sure that your hose, it's clearing. Whatever you're gonna run it, before you do any cutting, make sure your hose is gonna clear. Well, I already made my hose here. Cut the 90, as you can see right there. I got a 45 that goes to open, so it's gonna go pretty much between the tranny right there. I don't know if you can tell a little bit, but see, it's gonna go right there. See that? Now see, it's got a lot of room right there, as you can tell, to go through. On my setup does not work like that because the wastegate is way down low, so I have more problems with the hose. And then you adjust your turbo where the downpipe, where the feed line, it's like travels down. You also want feed line. You also want your drain to go straight down, flow down, because otherwise it just backs up back into a turbo. And that's no bueno, gonna blow up your turbo seals and so on, especially if you buy a high-end turbo. But you just drop it down. And once you get adjusted where it flows, then you tie the hot side of the turbo. Now you also want to kind of want to have this as straight as possible. You don't want to go no more than 45, so that way you can have straight flow down. So we got that down, and now we got the oil pan. He's running a K24 setup, so it's already automatically comes with a metal steel oil pan, which that's the bunk right there that we did. It's a dash 10. You also want to weld it at the top. Before you weld this, you want to put your downpipe and see where it's away from the downpipe, like what is the best way to do it. Also, when you do this, you want to put it at the top, as high as you can put at the top, which, as you can tell, see the fitting, it's pretty close to the top right there. And I just welded on the inside. And I'm just gonna clean it up, Honda bond it, put it back up. So once I do the oil pan, I'm gonna do the feed line, which I already got the tap on the top. And then right here, with the oil pressure switches, you pull that off, and then you're gonna tee off right there. I got a T feeding right there. Where did that T feeding go? There you go, right here. See, this piece right here is gonna go in the block. This is gonna go to the feed line, and I'm not gonna use this cap. I'm gonna use the stock oil pressure switch that goes right there. Now this is the fittings that we're gonna use for the vacuum lines and the boost solenoid. And we're gonna have to install this sucker next, and that's the lines, turbo blanket. Then we gotta work on the charge piping and the blow-off valve last, and we gotta tighten the exhaust, which the exhaust is not gonna work with how we have it. But we're just gonna take one step at a time. The injectors are done. I think he's running a I'm not sure what brand injectors. I think it's running 1000s. Try to use Teflon on everything you're using and Honda bond, just to kind of help you out, that we don't mess up anything up. But I didn't walk you through when I built this up and I welded that and stuff, But and then Born Warner doesn't have this tap, So I had to tap that right there, and we're gonna run those stainless steel fittings. He want to do the same stainless steel lines like mine. We're gonna have to route the few lines, make them longer and stuff, so route it out of the turbo area. But see, he's got way more room with the drain line right there. With the K2 bracket's a little bit kind of hard, so it makes it a little bit harder with the drain line, but I think we're gonna get there. And then we're gonna work on charge piping, and then the intercooler. He's got an intercooler right here. I had the brackets welded in a different angle, and we're gonna put those up and then see how it comes up. So yeah, just stay tuned. Also, when you do the Honda bond, don't go crazy with the Honda bond. Now, this thing is kind of jacked up, as you can tell. So I'm just gonna do it like that. You just gonna take it on your finger and just gonna. So, like you guys seen, process coming along. Doing the charge piping, cutting. Got the intercooler and the radiator installed. What I did, I had my buddy Marvin was some brackets on the radiator, L brackets. Then I drilled to this bracket here. To this bracket here, used stainless steel. Then I have seen my buddy Marvin right here weld these L brackets, and what I did, I welded a nut backwards, made a hole into the support right there, welded a nut, screwed right on it. Because this is thick, so you can't really put a nut behind it. So what I did, just cut a hole. See this is the hole. I put the nut backwards and weld the nut on both ends. Boom, done. Now what we do is doing the intercooler, doing the charge piping. Sort of got this one figured out. Pretty much 290, sort of back to back. So, like you guys seen, process coming along. Doing the charge piping, cutting. Got the intercooler and the radiator installed. What I did, I had my buddy Marvin was some brackets on the radiator, L brackets. Then I drilled to this bracket here. To this bracket here, used stainless steel. Then I have seen my buddy Marvin right here weld these L brackets, and what I did, I welded a nut backwards, made a hole into the support right there, welded a nut, screwed right on it. Because this is thick, so you can't really put a nut behind it. So what I did, just cut a hole. See this is the hole. I put the nut backwards and welded the nut on both ends. Boom, done. Now what we do is doing the intercooler, doing the charge piping. Sort of got this one figured out. Pretty much 290, sort of back to back. Raw valve is gonna go right here. It's gonna go right about there, kind of like that. Bang. Put this nice and clean over here. Then we're working on the turbo side now. We're probably gonna go this way, angle this way, 90 down, 90 up. Outlets are on the both sides. Next thing, we're gonna work on the VTEC solenoid. As I mentioned it, we did the down tube, feed line, we did the drain, all the oil pan. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll show you the oil pan, how it looks under there. See that right there? You got the line, got the bung welded up right there. Bam, bam. Use Honda bond. See the down pipe, I had to redo it. We finished the exhaust, by the way. We had to add an extra piece. We angle it up, tilt it. This is not touching, just by the way, in case you wonder. The drain. I wore the new hangers. Look how tucked the exhaust is. So, yeah, just keeping at it. Just keeping at it. Yo, your boy Vasily Garage out.